We are going to start by rolling the shoulders. Nice big circles while breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice big circles. Now we're going to change direction, going the other way. Nice big circles. Make sure everyone has a band or a towel for this as well. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to drop the head, little circle, all the way around. You get to the front, change direction, bring it back. Big circle, all the way around. Get to the front, change direction, bring it back. Go one more each way. Okay, next one. Hands on hips, feet shoulder apart. We're going to do a big circle. We get to front, change direction, bring it back. All the way around, get to the front, bring it back all the way. We're just loosening out the joints here, and then we're going to loosen out the muscles after, do a few different exercises. Okay, one more each direction. From there, we're going to bring our feet together, hands on the knees. So we want to make sure that our back is straight, that we're not bent over like this. And again, little circle all the way around, and all the way back. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, stand back up, out onto the toe, and we're going to rotate the ankle all the way around and all the way back. That's good. And we'll swap the opposite side. All the way around and all the way back. Three, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to bring our hands up to shoulder height, and what we're going to do is you're going to rotate your palms to the ceiling. So turn those thumbs all around and bring it back, and bring your palms facing the ceiling again as well. So we're rotating each side with our shoulders. So your thumb will be facing the back of the room all the way up, and then it'll be back facing the other way or opposite way. Great way of explaining that, wasn't it? Basically, we're rotating through our shoulder joint as far as we can each side, getting that joint moving, getting those muscles moving. They don't move too often. Really important we do this. You may find it's easier to go on one side than the other. You may find one's tighter. For me at the moment, my left is a bit funny. It's normally my right, so been a little bit betrayed by my left side. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you can bring it down, shake it out for a second. We're going to bring them back up again, but what I want you to do is have one palm face in and rotate the other one so it's going the opposite way, but also bouncing. And then we're going to opposite sides. So we're going to rotate and rotate. And there's much rotation, but this time we're going, one hand's going one way, one's going the other. So just confuse ourselves a little bit on this lovely Saturday morning. Try doing this, it's really good for your shoulders, especially if you're sitting still all the time. Our shoulders are supposed to go these directions. Shoulders go so many different directions. That's why it's so easy to have problems with them. Keep moving each way. 3, 2, and 1. Again down, shake it out. I'm going to grab that band or that towel. We're going to hold it out in front of us, so arms straight out in front of us. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the shoulder blades back and squeeze. Pull the shoulder blades back and squeeze. So you can, with this, stretch your band a little bit, but if you don't have the give, just pull back, squeeze. We want to pull those shoulder blades as close together as possible. Engage those back muscles. Again, muscles that kind of go a little bit sleepy because we don't use them very often. We want to try and get those shoulder blades close together as possible and back. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to hold up our band as well, or our towel under our hands. Alright, again, we're going to bring it a little bit lower, so we want to kind of bring our belly button tight. And again, we're going to pull those shoulder blades back, squeeze, back, and squeeze. So our hands, our palms are facing to the ceiling here. We're pulling back, squeeze, back, and squeeze. So again, kind of lower down muscles, trying to get those shoulder blades together. You might find this a little bit easier than higher up. That's okay. The emphasis really here is trying to get those shoulder blades to move together. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's bring it down to the mat. We're going to do a little stretching with our hamstrings and our hips. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie flat on that mat. Make sure our shoulders are back and down. We're going to hook that band or that towel over the top of the foot. And we're going to bring it flat down to the mat. Then we're just going to lift up as high as we can. So once we hit that first area of bind, so the first little bit of tension, and we're going to hold it there. I don't want you to force it up like this. Don't want you to force a position where your knee is bent. What we want to do is just up to that first area of bind, and we're just going to hold it there. We're going to let that muscle stretch out. Let it loose. We're using that band and that towel to support ourselves up. Keep breathing the whole time as well. Once you feel that start to open out a bit, you can do a little inhale and exhale, try and bring it a little bit closer. Again, just that next area of bind. We don't want to force it out through anything. But I'm going to push it past where it starts to get tight and pull against us. Again, we're going to take another inhale as we exhale so you can come a little bit closer. Hopefully that muscle is starting to gradually ease out a little bit. If it's not, don't worry. Again, if you are pushing it and your knees starting to bend, just stay at that first area. We don't want to be here because you're not actually stretching the hamstring then. We want that knee straight over that toe, just holding it. I'm going to do one last one. Inhale and exhale, pull a little bit closer. And we're going to inhale, exhale, let it down for a second. Now we're going to bring it up this time, but we're going to bring it up and out. So we're going to inhale, bring it up, and you're going to let that leg fall out as far as you can. So we're going to stretch in the inner thigh here. We're using that band of that tail to hold us, support us. Just let it fall as far as you can. Gravity will do the stretching here for you. Don't worry if you're not like really low. Just let it loosen out. This is a great stretch for horse riders. So we get tight on the inside of our legs. Might be a selfish stretch for me to be doing, but may as well make use of it. Again, let it fall. If there's slack, you can give it a bit more slack, let go a little bit further. If not, just stay where it is. Okay, we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, lift it back up to the top, holding it there. And from there, we're going to let it fall to the opposite side. So again, just go as far as you can. You can use that gravity to bring your foot down. We're stretching the outside now along our glute. Just letting it fall. You might find your other leg gets in the way, mine does. Now we're going to inhale and exhale, lift back up, let that leg down. We're going to switch over, so pop the other foot in. I'm going to start with our hamstring again. We're going to lift up just as high as we can. First area bind. Again, with these, you might find that one leg is tighter than the other. So this will be traditionally my tighter leg. So I mightn't get as high as the first one, but that's normal. One leg is always tighter than the other. So we're just holding it there. Letting your body ease into that stretch. Now we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, lift a little bit higher. And just open up the back of that hamstring. That's the back of our leg here. If you pull your toe down, if your toe is pointed more towards your body, you will get your calf, which is your lower leg. You'll get that in the stretch as well. It's nice to get it. Sometimes it's hard to stretch the calf. The calf is like nearly always tight. I'm going to inhale again, exhale, lift up, a little bit higher. And hopefully you're feeling that muscle nicely ease out. If it's starting to hurt, ease off a little bit. It shouldn't be painful. Now once more, we're going to inhale and exhale, lift. You can go a little bit higher. If you can't, just stay where you are. Again, if you're bending your knee, stay where you are. You want to keep that knee straight. In 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale, exhale, lift it down for a second. And then we're going to bring it back up. And this time we're going to let it fall out. So we're holding that band to keep it up, letting gravity bring it down a little bit. Just as far as you can, as far as comfortable. If you are feeling any strain as well with these, I've come slightly higher in this one. Just leave it there. Again, really nice stretch for the inner thigh. Just going as low as you can. If you feel it opening up, you can drop it a little bit lower. Only if it's comfortable, we don't want to give it sore. And we're going to inhale, exhale, lift it up, stay in that position. I'm going to drop it out now to the opposite side. Again, just as low as you can. Again, your leg might get in the way, mine does. I'm trying to stretch out the outside now of the thigh, into your glute. We can get some hamstring in this. Keep holding, keep breathing. Now we're going to inhale and exhale, lift it up and let it down. Pop that band to the side for a second. What we're going to do now is we're going to really pull our belly button in. So make sure there's no space between our back and the mat. Really pull in, pull that core in. Imagine we're zipping up our skinny jeans, so suck in, make it nice and tight. We're going to exhale, lift up and inhale, lower. So we're aiming to use our hip flexor here. Lift up and lower. You will feel a stretch on the hamstrings here. If you have tightness in your hamstrings, that's okay, but we're trying to activate our hip flexor muscle. This muscle likes to go to sleep. We don't use it very often when we sit down so much, so we exhale, lift up and inhale, lower. Keep it really controlled. Fire up, slowly back down. Exhale, fire it up. Inhale, slowly lower. And with this, we want to make sure our back is not coming up off the mat at any time. We'll start to feel the front of the hip. Maybe get a little bit tight, feel a bit sore. That's okay. That's just the muscle working. Needs to be like that. And do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And down. Okay, swap to the opposite side again. Make sure still core is engaged, back's pressing to the mat. We lift up and slowly lower. Exhale up. Inhale down. All the way up and slowly back down. Again, you might find one gets sore quicker than the other. Find this one actually all right. Also, if you find any clicks or anything happening during it, that is okay, completely normal. It's a sign you probably need to do a little bit more. So, all the way up, slowly back down. Four, 3, 2, last one, all the way up, And slowly lower. Okay, we're going to come back to our shoulders here. So I'm going to sit up. You guys can do this lying down. It's just easier for me to show you sitting up. So what we want to do is we want to clamp our elbows to our side. And we're just going to let our hands, so we want a 90-degree angle on our elbows. We don't want our hands up here. We don't want our hands down here. We wish we want that 90-degree angle, right angle, because you might be taught in school. Exhale, let it fall out. If they hit the ground, great. If they don't, that's fine too. Inhale, bring it back up. As well with this, we want to roll our shoulders back and down, so our shoulders nice and tucked down into our back pockets, all the way out and back in. So you guys can do this lying, because you can let your hands, let gravity make them fall towards the floor. If they don't get the full weight, that's all right, that's okay. If they do, brilliant. But let gravity bring it down, back up, down, and back up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, bring it back up. Let it fall. Four, three, two, and one. Shake it out. Okay, stay in line there. Again, I'm going to stand or sitting up for a second. We're going to bring our arms up to shoulder height. So again, we don't want them down here. We don't come up here. We're going to direct the line to our elbow, the shoulder height. We want then to have that 90-degree angle again. And what we're going to do is we're going to let our hands fall back as far as they'll go, keeping in that angle. And then we're going to bring it all the way forward again. So you might find, and yes, again, we don't want our hands like that, we don't want them like that, we want that 90-degree angle. You might find that if one area is easier, one not so much. I'm going to lie down and do as well, because for me, going back is perfectly fine. My shoulders back and down, not 90. Going back, straight to the mat. Going forward, I really don't get that far. You can improve it a little bit, but let that gravity. If you're on a bad side as well, hold it there for a couple of seconds, see if gravity pulls down, then come back, turn around, and back. Try and get as much as we can each way. Breathing through each one. Hopefully it'll start to improve a little bit either way. We want that at shoulder height. Once come back as far as you can. And then again as far forward. This tends to be the harder one. Funnily enough. Breathing through each one. We're going to do two more each side. One. One. Two. And two. And back. Okay, rest, shake them out. We are going to pop over into our box position. So over onto our hands and knees. We want a straight line from our hip to our knee and our shoulder to our hands. And we're going to roll those shoulders back and roll them forward as much as we can. Get as much movement through those shoulders. Make circles all the way around each direction. Now want to keep a neutral spine here. We want to move just through our shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm going to bring one hand up. I'm going to reach it through as far as we can. I can drop the remote under the couch and we're trying to get it. So reach through as far as we can, all the way around and back. So imagine you drop that remote, I'm going to go the whole way around and back. It's going to be really good work. Maybe you're going a little bit further each time. Maybe you're not. Don't worry. As much as is good for you. Four, 3, 2, and last one, we're going to go the whole way through. And just want to rest our ear to the mat and just hold your hand through there for a couple of seconds. We're going to do for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. We're going to go to the opposite side now, so reach up as high as you can, all the way through, and back up. Breathe as we go through each one. And up. Right. Exhale, breathe through. Inhale, come back. Four, 3, 2, and one last one. Through, and you're going to hold it down, ear to the mat. Just let yourself rest there. Open up the back of that shoulder. Three, 2, 1, and we're back up. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to sit back onto the heels, pull the hands forward, just let them go as far as they'll go. If you want, you can grip the mat and pull them forward more, or if not, you can just rest them there. A little bit of tight pose. I'm going to walk our hands over to one side. Hold it there, getting stretched down the side. We'll walk back to the center. I'm going to walk to the opposite side. And once more, we're going to bring back to center. And back up. Okay. We're going to go back up to that box position. So make sure we've got that straight line. From hands, we're going to bring one knee forward. You're going to turn the toe as much as you can to the opposite side. So if you're here, don't worry. You can go further, great. I just bring my whole around because I can, but if you're not comfortable doing that, don't do that. Then we're going to slide our back foot back. We're going to stay up onto the palms of our hands. So we're into a pigeon stretch here. Just going to stretch out our glutes. We want to keep our back straight when we're doing this. If you are comfortable there, you can move down onto the forearms. Make the stretch a little bit more intense. Again, if you're finding that nice and comfortable, we can walk the palms or the hands out and rest it forward on the mat. That is completely up to you. Which option you go for. So feel that glute stretch out. You feel all down the outside of the leg from the bum and down. It's a really nice stretch. Okay, we're going to walk it back up. So we're going to come back up onto palms and hands there for a second. And this side is the fun part, it's coming back out in a stretch. So pop up onto the toe, bring that knee back, and we're going to drop back into that box position. If you need a bit more time to do that, do. And from there, we're going to go to the opposite side. So we're going to bring that opposite knee forward now. I'm going to turn that foot, that toe to the opposite wrist as much as you can. And then we're going to slide that back, foot back. And stay on the palms of the hands, starting off. So let yourself ease into the stretch. Don't go straight to the next section. Just let yourself ease into the stretch, and then we can move forward if we need to. So from there, once you're comfortable, if you want, you can come down onto the forearms. So as again, getting yourself just comfortable in that stretch. And then if you can, walk your palms out and forward to the mat. Just relax in there. Whichever position, if this is too much for you, just stay in one of the first positions. Then we're going to get that stretch down the outside of the leg. Okay, we're going to walk it back up. So again, just get yourself comfortable in that position. You can tuck that back toe, lift yourself up and bring yourself back into that box position. So, now we've done that, we're going to come up onto the knees. And bring one leg forward, one leg back. So make sure we're squeezing that glute from behind, even though it just stretch it out. Our core is nice and tight, and we're going to push that knee forward. And we're just going to hold it in that position. So we want that knee forward, we want foot planted, and a nice stretch in the front of the hip. We're just going to hold it there. If you can come a little further, do. And push that knee over the toe to open up the hip more. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. Once your front foot is secure, there's no problem with your knee going over your toe. If you're like this to do it, come back. Or if you're not balanced, come back. However, if you can hold yourself comfortably without wobbling all over the place, bring that a little bit more forward. All about being in control of what you're doing. Again, we're squeezing that glute from behind to open up the front of that hip. Three, two, one. Bring it up. Let's swap it over. Off the side again. Get yourself stable first. Squeeze that glute. Hold your core nice and tight. And we're going to push that knee forward. We're just going to hold it there. Squeezing that glute, make sure we're nice up and tall. We don't be bending over ourselves either. We want up tall. Push that knee forward if you can. Once you're stable, keep breathing the whole time as well. Let that hip open. You can feel it tighten open nicely. You can move a little bit further forward. Three, two, one. Come back up. We're going to stand up. From there, I want you to interlock your fingers, pull your shoulder blades together, and just lift up as high as you can. We want to open up that chest. Keep breathing here. Again with this, if you can come a little bit higher, do. If you can't, don't worry. So you can go a little bit higher. Exhale, lift up once more so you can come a little bit higher, really opening up. And let go. We're going to swap it over, pull forward, push those shoulder blades away. So pushing the shoulder blades as far apart as you can. While we're doing that now, we're going to take a step wide. So we want to be wide and shoulder apart. We're going to come down with those hands. See if you can touch the ground. If you can't, don't worry. We bring those hands over to the opposite side, or sorry, over to one leg, sorry. Bring over to one leg. Bring it back to center. Come back to the other side. Bring it back to center, interlock those hands again, and lift right up overhead. If you can. If you can't, just push it forward again, or interlock behind the back. And bring those feet closer in together again. I'm going to go over to one side. Back to center. And over to the opposite side. Back to center and let it go. And you're done, guys. Well done. Great work this morning. That was the last one there.